What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys the second match for the GBA Fan Draft Tournament. We won our first match against a Master. You guys should have seen that already. And this is our second match taking on Jack. Jack is accomplished. I know that for a fact. I know that he beat Jed in AABL playoffs just this past weekend. So hopefully we can pull off this game. I'm going to run through our team really quickly here because I don't do team builders for the tournament play. We're bringing physically defensive Tangrowth for Tapu Bulu and Mega Gallade. Tapu Bulu is not here. I don't know why, but it's not. um, it's worthy to note actually that Jack has some interesting speed tiering. He has Nidoqueen, or sorry, Bulu, Nidoqueen, Heatran, and Necrozma at 75, 76, 77, and 79, which is half of his team in that 70s range, which is really weird to me. And then he's got Melodic right after that. So he actually brought his three fastest things being Mega Gallade, Hydreigon, and Torn T. So yeah, we're Fizdef, Akaberry, Tangrowth for the Bulu and the Mega Gallade, although we can eat a hit from the Heatran because of the Ocberry, or a Flamethrower from the Nidoqueen or something. We are a Choice Banded Mimikyu. This is actually kind of cool. It's a mid-game breaker or a late-game cleaner. We're running enough speed in here for Necrozma. This does a lot. Banded Woodhammer is going to smack the Melodic in the face. Hopefully I don't get burnt. He could Will-O-Wisp me with the Heatran or burn me with the Melodic. With Scald, we are Scarf Garchomp, which is another mid-game breaker or late-game cleaner. We're running enough speed for Necrozma. This is pretty much okay. He also didn't bring his fairy type, so Outrage seems pretty spammable. I actually have Toxic on here for the Necrozma, which didn't come, so we're probably never going to click that. I'm bringing a Light Clay Mew, which is kind of cool. We're bringing dual screens, U-Turn, Rocks, Mew. Really good support set and running enough speed on there for Necrozma. Nidoking, we're bringing a Breaker Nidoking with 4 attacks, Life Orb. Shadow Ball's not going to do a whole lot. It was mostly there for the Necrozma, but Earth Power is fairly spammable. Like, Earth Power plus T-Bolt is fairly spammable against this team. I've got Sludge Wave there for the Hydreigon. I opted not to go Ice Beam for the Hydreigon, and I'm kind of regretting that. But at the same time, I'd rather have T-Bolt for the Melodic. And then last but not least, we're running a very standard Manectric, Mega Manectric. I didn't need Flamethrower against him, and I didn't want to give Heatran the boost. I actually think I'm not running any fire coverage to give Heatran any boosts, so that's cool. We don't have to worry about Flash Fire at all. We're running Voltage T-Bolt, Signal Beam, HPI. Signal Beam was there for the thingy-majigger, whatchamacallit, Necrozma. It's also there for the Hydreigon, though. It's going to do a lot to that. HP Ice is there for the Nidoqueen. I would have loved to run HP Poison for the Bulu, but it doesn't really matter because Bulu didn't come. So there you go. Running enough speed on here for Tornadus-Therian. So I'm thinking that I want to lead with Mew to get up rocks. He's got 2 removal options in Hydra and Torn. He's got 2 of his own rockers that he could go with here. And I don't know if Mew threatens out the Nidoqueen or not, or if he wants to lead with that. So I'm kind of willing to just lead with it and then roll with the punches, like set up a screen. So he does lead with the Torn. Now, this could U-turn out on me here. So we're going to go Mew against Tornadus-Therian. If he's Fly Z, I mean, Z Hurricane's not killing me. So I think I can get up a fairly safe light screen, or I could just get up rocks. I don't have a ton of health to work with, and I feel like screens are going to be better than rocks for me. Although the rocks punish some switches. I'm going to go light screen, see what he wants to do here. It's also worthy to note that he could knock off. He could knock off my light clay right now, which is actually not doing a whole lot to me. Oh, wait, what? Why does it say that I don't have an item? Apparently light clay doesn't show up, so we're just going to put light ball on and see how much. Okay, so knockoff's still not doing that much. Doesn't really matter. We're physically defensive Mew. Okay, so he actually taunts, which is really bad, because now he just sees what set we are. I'm going to U-turn. Now that he's taunted, I feel like he's going to U-turn as well. But I don't really have anything better to go into now, and I'd rather get the momentum if he's going to U-turn, because his U-turn's not going to do a whole lot to me if he's a timid set. He's clearly a support-ish set with taunt. He's taunt 3 attacks maybe. Taunt U-turn. He's going to have taunt and U-turn 100%. Flying coverage for Tangrowth makes sense to me. and then knock off as the last move makes a lot of sense. I'm not bringing Celesteela to this match because he's got so much stuff that deals with Celesteela, and it's honestly kind of set up fodder for the Mega Glade. I can't remember what his last mon is. Let me see. What's the last mon that he didn't bring? Oh yeah, Bulu. So, I mean, Celesteela was probably okay, actually. I just really didn't find a spot to fit it on this team for some reason. I needed the offense and I needed the defense. He's thinking a lot about this play. He doesn't know what I am, but now that he sees light screen, he's probably a little bit curious. Taunt was a really good play on the Torn. Okay, so he's just going to blow a Z now. And it does 71%, so that's really annoying. That's really annoying. That is 100% Z Hurricane coming off of invested damage. Um, yeah, that's 100% Z Hurricane. So now what do I do is the thing. I could go Manectric here. Is that what I want to do? That's the question. Do I want to go Manectric? U-turn just did 10%. That's actually a low roll on no bulk. I don't know why he would be running no bulk when he could speed creep Mew? He could speed creep Garchomp, sorry. My team's not super fast. I'm wondering if Manectric is the play here. Thing is that Nidoqueen seems pretty free, and I don't have the best switch into Nidoqueen now that Mew is weakened. In fact, I don't really have a switch in at all to Nidoqueen since I'm Fizz-Def Tangrowth for the Mega Glade. But I do feel like Manectric has to be the play because it's the only thing that outspeeds this. It's the only thing that outspeeds this, and we know that he's Z, so is Manectric going to kill him then if he's Z? Yeah, Thunderbolt's going to blow this thing back right now, so I feel like he just switches here. And he actually can't do a whole lot to me, so HP Ice is also kind of free. HP Ice is actually pretty free here. It's gonna most likely be a two-shot, and he can't touch me. So we'll sort of see what he wants to do. Getting rocks up would have been really nice, but what can I bring Mew in on? I can bring Mew in on Melodic or Heatran and set up a screen or rocks. At this point, probably more likely rocks. I didn't have a ton of great options against Jack's team. He's got a really balanced team. The only problem that I have with it is the speed tiering. I don't like I don't like how he's got all of his speed tiers so close together, so bunched up. I'm not a fan of that at all. He's actually going to go Harden and Nidoqueen, so we'll see what kind of damage this does. I mean, this might two-shot. No, that's bulky Nidoqueen. That is really bulky Nidoqueen. Extremely bulky Nidoqueen. That just did 30. What? Let's say you're sassy. Max Spadef. He's fully Spadef Nidoqueen. Okay, why does no investment Earth Power do so much to me, man? Sheer Force is broken. Sheer Force is busted. What? Oh my god. I can't go Tangrowth. Would he Ice Beam? Ice Beam is pretty free against me, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of need Manectric to stay around, even as just like an Intimidator on the Glade, but it's my way of beating Torn and Melodic. So, yeah. I could have predicted the Z move on Torn, but I was really predicting U-turn, to be honest. He doesn't know that I don't have Recovery on the Mew, though. And he doesn't know that I don't have a Psychic type move on the Mew either. So I could go Mew on this thing. I mean, he's absolutely killing Mew, isn't he? It's actually a roll. Earth Power's a roll to kill Mew, and then I would 100% be faster. And I can choose to get up rocks or a screen. Light Screen's not bad against his team. I'm going to do it. I don't really have a better play. So there's the Earth Power. I actually live on 1, which is fantastic for me. And I'm feeling the Light Screen play, to be honest. I'm feeling the Light Screen. It's either Light Screen or Rocks. Those are my two options, and I'm feeling like Light Screen's the play here. Get up a nice 8 turns of light screen. Sack off our Mew, unfortunately, which means we won't be able to get rocks at all throughout the whole game. But I feel like the screen is really important. That's kind of just how I'm feeling. He's actually taking a really long time. I didn't realize we're 10 minutes in only on turn 4. This is going to be a pretty long one. I'm actually going with no music for these just because I forgot against Demaster and I decided to just go with no music. So, take that as you will. Yeah, I don't know. This tournament is kind of like low key for me because it's my first Amon tournament and it's sort of a warm up for Summer Showdown. If I have time to enter Summer Showdown, we'll sort of see what goes on there. But I'm excited to, at the very least, sort of get into things here. Oh, excuse me. I can't believe he brought fully Spadef Nidoqueen against me. I guess it makes sense for the Manectric, but like I feel like it's just gonna still get blown back by Garchomp. I mean, his team is so weak to Garchomp without Bulu there. It's just insane to me. I mean, he's got the 2 ground immunities, and I'm Scarf Chomp, so it's not great. I'm wondering. We know he doesn't have any defense investment because he's Spadef, so I'm wondering how much Banded Mimikyu is gonna do. So not a whole lot, actually, less than I had anticipated, which essentially means I have to bring in Nidoking. I didn't bring Ice Beam, and Earth Power is a roll to kill. It's going to be a roll to kill. And Earth Power is going to chunk the shit out of me. Oh, Nidoking is still going to be really good to get a hit off on the Melodic. Okay, so he actually just ends up setting up rocks, which means I'm going to set up my own rocks now, I think. I didn't bring any removal, and I brought a team that's not weak to rocks at all. So I think it's time to get up my own rocks here, as he actually goes into Torn. So I'm fine with you killing me here, because I can go Nidoking and threaten this thing with an Ice Beam, which will actually be a Thunderbolt. I can start breaking things with Nidoking. So we'll see what he wants to do here. He's actually going to Defog. So I'm going to get up a Reflect, and I might be able to bring Mew in later. Clicking light screen there probably would have been better. I'm gonna go Manectric. No, am I? I'm not gonna go Manectric. I'm gonna go Garchomp. What's his switch into Garchomp? Heatran? I'm gonna go Nidoking. Defog, Taunt, Z Hurricane, Torn. So a Z Taunt set with Defog. That's kind of strange to me that he's support with Z. What's his other Z-mon? Hydreigon. I mean, Hydreigon's probably Scarfed, if I had to guess. We know Nidoqueen isn't. We know Nidoqueen's his rocker. I can get Mew in for free on something else and set up screens again later. I'm pretty sure he's just going to defog again. Yeah, so he does defog again, which I'm perfectly okay with, because now I get to fire off a big Thunderbolt with my Nidoking, I think, against Tornadus-Therian. Flyzy. So Shadow Ball or Sludge Wave might be the safer play if he brings in the Nidoqueen here. And I don't super duper care if Heatran comes in. Okay, I might care if Heatran comes in if he's Shuka, which would actually make a lot of sense against me. So if he's Spadef Shuka, then he's going to live the hit. He's going to live the Earth Power. But if he's Spadef Shuka, then he's not killing me. So I do think Shadow Ball's a nice mid-ground play here. But Thunderbolt seems like I don't know. I don't think you'd bring in Nidoqueen here because I could just have Ice Beam. So Heatran's probably coming in. I'm gonna Thunderbolt. I really don't think. I don't know. Torn is his way of stopping screens, which are going to be really useful against this team. I'm pretty happy that I switched things up and went with the screens Mew over anything else. I think that's going to help a lot against his team. Nidoking is just such a huge breaker against him. Like, it's got so many opportunities to break. He can't one-shot me with pretty much anything unless he's like Specs Hydreigon, I think, which would outspeed me. So, Yeah, like Draco is the only thing that's really killing me here, or like a Mega Gallade. If he's Zen Headbutt, yeah. So Zen Headbutt will kill me. I mean, he could be running Psycho Cut, which may not kill me. No, Psycho Cut does. So we'll sort of see what he wants to do here. He likes to think a lot, apparently. The double defog seemed like a really easy play for me to read when I had just gotten another screen up, and you don't want screens on my side of the field. I don't understand. Okay, so he does show the U-turn now. So he's taunt, Hurricane, defog, U-turn potentially. He could be physical flying move. He could be acrobatics as well. But U-turn just did 9 to me. Tornadus. Yeah, that's pretty standard. That's definitely Hurricane then. So he's definitely a support set. Thunderbolt was going to blow this thing back. I don't know what he wants to go into here. If he goes into Nido Queen, that's so ballsy. Because Ice Beam looks so good against his team, right? There's no way. I should have had Ice Beam. I definitely should have had Ice Beam over Thunderbolt. I was really only teching the Thunderbolt on there for the melodic. Because Ice Beam looks so good. Like, ground plus ice just tears this team apart. So, like, Earth Power plus Ice Beam, and then Bulu's the only thing that, like, switches in on Earth Power outside of his levitators, so Sludge Wave, you know? Okay, I kind of screwed up then. He goes into Melodic on the T-Bolt. Bruh. And he's lefties. And he's lefties. That was a really good play on my part then. T-Bolt did a mineral for Fizz Def with lefties. Mineral for Fizz Def with lefties. So I can kind of click it again then. And I don't really care if he goes into Nidoqueen, do I? Okay, the thing is that Nidoqueen's gonna get the life orb or the leftovers back. So do I kill Nidoqueen? I'm pretty sure he's fully spit F Nidoqueen with an Earth Power. No, I'm not really in the range where I'm gonna kill Nidoqueen, but I can't risk Nidoking taking a ton of damage here, so I think Thunderbolt's the safe play. Okay, so he does just go into Nidoqueen. Thunderbolt was easily the safe play. I haven't shown him what I am yet. 94%. I mean, he's not in range of an Earth Power here. He's really not in range of an Earth Power, and I'm in range of an Earth Power of his, which is, I think, what he would go for. Maybe now's the time to sack off Mew. Like, I don't even know. Is it? Might be time to go into Garchomp. Well, no, okay, so Ice Beam seems so free here still for him. I just don't know if I'm going to need this disguise. Mimikyu revenge kills Hydreigon really well, and Shadow Claw seems fairly free to click later. Okay, Nidoking is 100% necessary, so it's about whether or not I sack off Mew here, or if I go into Tangrowth. Or go into Garchomp, risking whatever, right? Um, he's probably HP Ice Heatran. I would tend to guess that he's HP Ice Heatran to deal with my team the best. I don't think he has a better option than that. Mega Main still useful, especially now that we know that the melodic is Fizz Def. Once this thing is weakened or gone, it puts a huge hole in his team. Like, this is the key part of his team right now. I mean, I could hope for the crit, but like we've seen Earth Power. Would he go for it again? It's a roll on me, right? So I'm at 91, which means it's a 31.3% chance for him to kill me. Do I need the health on Nidoking is the thing? I mean, so much outspeeds me. I'm really breaking through his defensive mons, which I outspeed already. So I'm just going to click it. 80, so about what we expected, and I'm going to live as well. So he's actually in range of a Shadow Ball now, which I think is more free to click against him now. Shadow Ball, he's in range for sure of a Shadow Ball. Oh god, I'm clicking it. Just in case he switches into Torn or Hydra, then this is the safe play. Especially if he goes Torn, then this is the safe play. And if he goes Torn, then I'm going to go into Mew and sack it off on the U-turn to get momentum. Or you know what? I could go Manectric. Because with Nidoqueen dead, then he would have nothing for Manectric if he goes into Torn. And at this range, Nidoqueen is in range of Manectric's thingy. Manectric's HP Ice. I just don't want him predict like Shadow Ball's such a safe play for me here because why is it a safe play? Shadow Ball is such a safe play here because he's not gonna have yeah, like if he brought in Torn there, then Shadow Ball's the safe play. Like I know revealing the Shadow Ball's whatever, right? But like if he goes in a okay, so he does go into this. So I'm actually just gonna I could go into Manectric. Like I really don't know what your Manectric switch in is, and I can just freely Volt Switch now. I'm gonna do that. It's pretty free Manectric. Yeah, so he just does go for the U-turn, which I mean is by all means his play, right? Like by all means U-turn is his play. But I don't know, man. Like Nidoking still comes in on Heatran and Melodic's in range of T-Bolt from my Nidoking, and Heatran, if it's not Shuka, is in range of Earth Power, and if it is Shuka, then Earth Power is gonna do a lot still. I still got my Mew in the back, which is cool. He doesn't have a rocker anymore. Well, sorry, Heatran could still be carrying rocks, but we've seen rocks on Nidoqueen, which leads me to believe, excuse me, that Heatran's not going to be rocks. He could be Scarf Heatran, which would be pretty interesting. I don't know what my check to that would be. I actually don't really have a check to Heatran anyways. I'm kind of just sort of pivoting around here. Um, and Mew is definitely going to be a sack at some point. I could also opt to sack off the Nidoking, go into Mew, and set up a screen. Tornadus is still getting blown back by this Thunderbolt. Now that we know that he's not a Salt Vest, he's getting absolutely obliterated by a T-Bolt. And I wouldn't even be surprised if he was running, excuse me, minimal speed investment. Like he can creep over Garchomp with the Torn. Uh, I don't know why he would, because he showed like he was pretty minimally HP invested earlier, I think. I don't know what his switch into to Mega Manectric is now. Like now that Nidoqueen's dead, Mega Manectric just has such a field day with his team. Maybe Mega Glade, I guess. In which case I just sack off Mew. I don't know. Well, I would Volt Switch into Mew because Mega Glade can't beat my Mega Manectric at this point, and I wonder if Volt Switch into T-Bolt would kill it. I'm gonna guess probably not because Glade has really good SpDef, but would Volt Switch no? So Volt Switch into T-Bolt won't kill it in any scenario except if I had Rocks up. So that kind of sucks. But I really haven't had a chance to get Rocks. I got Rocks up once, but he defogged anyways. So that's something. Mimikyu looking a little bit better. Okay, so it goes into Hydra, which I am led to believe is Scarfed based on that. Very much so led to believe that it's Scarfed. So maybe the time to sack off Mew is now then. Mew's really not doing much. The thing is that he could U-turn, but if he... Okay, so if his Hydra is Scarfed, Hydreigon, Choice Scarf, Draco is a roll to kill me, but it's fairly likely. 50% chance for Draco to kill me here. He could also U-turn, which would be fairly free. Signal Beam is going to two-shot him. I definitely sack off Mew here to his U-turn, I think. Oh, he actually just goes for Dark Pulse. And he's Life Orb. Ah, that is very good to know that he's Life Orb, actually. I would really love to pressure him with Mimikyu here and play rough, but Heatran just seems like such a free switch in to Mimikyu and to a play rough, and I really don't have a great answer to that. So interesting. Very interesting. I really don't have a ton of options for this. I might have to rely on Garchomp against the Heatran, which, if it's HP Ice, could be really bad. Garchomp, Jaws. I mean, Earthquake's blowing it back, but like Hidden Power, Ice from a Heatran. It's not actually killing me. I kind of need to Outrage here, although I would love to predict him switching and click Earthquake. I would absolutely love to predict that. Outrage is just so safe, and he either has to pick a sack or he has to go into Heatran, which is, to be fair, offensive Heatran is taking a lot to this. The problem is that I don't really have another way to deal with Life Orb Hydra, except keeping my Mimikyu's disguise intact. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, yeah, Heatran's 100% a switch in. If he's gonna switch, I almost want to predict that and click Earthquake. That would be the ballsiest play ever if I caught Heatran right here with an Earthquake. He's probably thinking that I can't predict the Earthquake. And I know that I 100% die to a Dragon move. Otherwise, I'm doing it. I'm a man. I've overpredicted so many times in games before, but this game I've been making the safe plays. And I'm clicking the Earthquake here, reading the Heatran switch in, because he dies to a... he's going to die to a Dragon Claw. Like, if I was Dragon Claw over Toxic, say, yeah, he's dying to the Dragon Claw. So I'm predicting Heatran. And if Heatran doesn't come in and my Garchomp dies, then so be it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say at that point. Kind of need to stunt or die at this point. I'm not in a horrible position in this game by any means, and this might be completely unnecessary, but I'm making this play. Oh my god, he went Melodic. What? I'm gonna go Tangrowth on this. He's probably got Ice Beam, doesn't he? I just Earthquaked the Melodic for 50, dude. He's gonna know that I'm adamant now, I guess. I feel like going Tangrowth here isn't the worst idea. Like, sure, Ice Beam's probably coming out. And you know what? I'm actually going to think about this for a second. Melodic, physically defensive. He's running leftovers over Flame Orb, which is very strange. Wait, what? He's definitely not physically defensive. Huh? He could just be max HP. Yeah, he's got to be... no, he's running a little bit of defensive investment. He's bold with a little bit of defensive investment. 4, maybe? Maybe like 124. Yeah, so he could be 124 or something in there. So he's running like a mixed variant with a lot of special attack investment, I think, which means he's gonna have Ice Beam, which actually doesn't kill me, because of all the HP investment that I can run. But if I'm on Tangrowth, yeah, I mean, Ice Beam's still two-shotting my Tangrowth. But I definitely feel like Tangrowth's the switch in here, especially if he goes for Scald, then it doesn't really matter. Unless he burns me. But if he goes for Scald and gets threatened out by the Giga Drain or something and goes into Heatran, then I'm packing the Earthquake for the Heatran. And I've got the Aqua Berry. I mean, Earthquake's not killing the Heatran, but it's doing a large chunk. Okay, he does go for the Scald. Please don't burn me. Okay, so he doesn't burn me here. And I'm just going to Giga Drain now. Threaten this thing out to high hell and back. If he goes Torn, I'm probably in a pretty bad situation, but I can just go into Manectric again. And now that I know that he's Life Orb Hydra, that's sort of how, I mean, I still have to pick a sack, right? But maybe I would stay in on the Torn if he goes Torn. I mean, I don't really have a better option than clicking Giga Drain here. I guess I can click Sludge Bomb and hope that Heatran doesn't come in, but Heatran just seemed... Okay, so the way that he's playing this is that he's Scarf Heatran. That's the way that he's playing this game, is that he's like definitely Scarf Heatran because his Hydra's Life Orb. And we know the Torn isn't Scarf. So I'm thinking that he's Scarf Tran, which means he probably wouldn't switch it in on this. Sludge Bomb is a mid-ground play, which I've been playing so safe, dude. Sludge Bomb's not even potentially not even gonna kill. So I do have to Giga Drain here, actually. How long have we been recording, dude? Oh my god, this is a 30-minute video already, and we're only on turn 16. Jack, please, why do you why you gonna take so long, man? Why you gotta take so long? I think I'm playing this game. I mean, we've worn down his walls a lot, which opens the door for some big things. Getting Mimikyu in on Gallade late could also be my way to beat the Gallade. Depending on his set. I mean, yeah, Choice Banded Shadow Claw is killing that thing. And he's probably running enough speed to outrun Garchomp, I would think. Choice Banded Play Rough's killing it too, but Choice Banded Shadow Claw, if he's like defensive Tran, I mean, it's still my best click later. So just like pick off his team, Choice Banded Shadow Claw is looking like it's probably okay, except everything against Hydra. I mean, it's still doing some decent shot. I mean, any chip is good chip against Hydra. I'm never ever gonna have to click Woodhammer based on how low this melodic is now. I could also double with Tangrowth, predicting a switch and go into Garchomp. Well, because I definitely threaten the melodic out. That's not a horrible read. Nidoking is probably a sack at this stage, assuming the Heatran is Scarf, which we don't know yet, so I can't really do that. I kind of want to double predicting his switch because he can't stay in with Melodic, can he? Oh, you know what he could do? He could recover here. Yep. Okay, I made a good read then by Giga Drain. It just did 40. That's not enough. That's not enough. I'm no longer in the position where I don't have to click Woodhammer anymore. If he just thinks he can keep recovering on me, I'm gonna show him that he's wrong. Right here. Please hit. Nice. Good land. So now his Melodic's on a timer. He's probably Marvel Scale, I would imagine. Okay, he actually Toxics me, which is interesting. Now, I wonder if he would recover here, because I can go Mimikyu and Woodhammer. Or I can just go Manectric now, actually. Fairly safe for me to just go into Manectric, because I can click T-Bolt relatively freely. And do I kill with the T-Bolt? Oh, it's Hydra. Whoops. Melodic. Ooh, it's not doing a whole lot. Oh, haha! Hello, friend. He made the read there. So now what do I do is the question. I could Volt Switch here. Or I could Signal Beam. Dark Pulse isn't killing me. Draco would. But Draco puts him in a range that's pretty dangerous for him. So I'm going to show off the Signal Beam here and do a hell of a lot of damage to him as he actually goes for the Draco and knocks me out. I think that's probably okay. As much as I didn't want that to happen, it's still probably fine at this point. I didn't really have a better option besides like sacking Nidoking there, like Volt switching into Nidoking and sacking that. This means that Hydra only has 2 more Life Orb hits, so that's probably better for me in the long run. Torn could be an issue later. I think Garchomp is going to end up being my win con now, or Mimikyu is going to end up being a win con now. Will Shadow Sneak take him out? Like Choice Band is Shadow Sneak. Mimikyu against Hydra. No, it's not going to kill him. Player Rough annihilates him though. I could stay in and break my disguise if he goes for the Shadow Claw here. The only problem I run into then... Okay, so Zen Headbutt's not actually killing me from neutral Gallade. So I could stay in and Shadow Claw, which we know is going to kill because Manectric did so much damage to the Hydra with Signal Beam. That's about standard, so he's pretty much no bulk. So Mimikyu can click Shadow Claw relatively freely here. I think now's the time for it, really. Is Shadow Claw gonna two-shot the Melodic from this range if he switches into Melodic? And he's Toxicked. Badly poisoned. So Shadow Claw is not going to two-shot him necessarily. Actually, with the toxic damage, it might. It might. Because I don't think he's fully physically defensive. And it's pretty dangerous for him to actually stay in here and let me set up for free. I'm obviously not a setup variant. I'm running Choice Band, but it's really dangerous for him to do that. I'm actually pretty proud of myself, and you guys will see this as we move through the tournament, but I'm actually running 4 different Mimikyu sets in the 4 games. We are bringing Mimikyu to all 4 games, and I don't feel bad saying that, because all of these games are going to be uploaded after I've played all 4. But I think it's kind of cool that, I've been so used to using Mimikyu, and I'm so used to the norm of just running Life Orb, SD, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, and Player Off. Like, that's very standard set for Mimikyu, and don't get me wrong, it does work. Mimikyu's it's not my all-time kill leader for nothing, just using that same set pretty much. But it's nice to switch things up a little bit and run some Woodhammer tech and run some Choice Band. Some Choice Band action is kind of neat as well. So again, we'll see what he wants to do here. I don't know if he would want to stay in. I know he's Life Orb now. That could have been really good if he missed the Draco as well. I don't want to wish that he misses the Draco, but if he had missed the Draco, we would have been in such a good spot right now. Okay, so he actually U-turns to break my disguise. So we'll see what he wants to go into now. He's only got 1 more attack left in him. It's probably going to be a big Draco. I don't know what he's going to want to go into here. If it's Heatran, that's probably pretty bad. That's probably pretty bad if it's Heatran. I might need to be able to get in Nidoking for free if it's the Heatran. Nidoking at this range is killing Melodic with a Thunderbolt, so he can't bring that in. Okay, he goes Torn to eat this. That is going to two-shot him. That's going to two-shot him. Easy. There's no way that this is a roll. Right? Oh. It could be. Nope, it can't be. Unless he's running more defensive investment than that, then it's not going to be a roll. And I'm fine with taking a Hurricane here, I think. It's going to mean that this Torn is dead, which is really good for me. And I still have Banded Shadow Sneak in the back for Gallade, potentially. I don't know what he wants to do here. Like, he could switch out on Torn, or he could sack it off here. Like, he could switch out and get his Regenerator health back, or he could sack it. I don't know what his best play would be, honestly. Like, taking damage on anything from this Shadow Claw is going to hurt. Hydra's dead, which is his Shadow Claw resist. Melodic's getting 2-shot. Heatran, depending on the set, might eat it. That's a max HP variant. So if he's no bulk Heatran, then he's definitely eating it. So he could switch again with the regen, or I would imagine he's going to U-turn because he saw that Hydra outsped. You know what I could have done there is I actually could have Shadow Snuck the Hydra. Okay, so he does this U-turn out into the Melodic, which is, again, it's going to get 2-shot. So that was really bad, I guess. He can just keep taking damage. Like, I'm completely fine with that. Melodic is likely getting 2-shot here. Badly poisoned. Yeah, because he's not max defense. But he's got some investment. Oh, wow, he lived that. That's crazy, dude. That's insane. Going hard Tangrowth on his thingy. Yeah. Wow. I'm really... He lucked out so hard by getting that roll. Holy. 25 was a roll. So... I mean, I didn't do 25.8, I did 25. 25.1, same, not a roll. Okay, so he's running at least 92 defense investment. So we're going to keep that in mind. That was a really hard roll for him to get, actually. Like, really hard. I wonder if I should Sludge Bomb now, or Giga Drain again, like I was doing last time. He can't bring in Hydra. Hydra dies, so he should probably go Heatran, shouldn't he? Or Torn. He could go Torn. I just want a little bit of chip on the Heatran though, and I want to find out what item it is, if he's leftovers or something. So Giga Drain I think is the play then. I think it's the play. I mean, Giga Drain we know isn't doing a whole lot to this. We can stall him out of recovery. He's running out of recovers, and he is gonna have to switch soon because Toxic's racking up. Toxic is racking up. I still have Nidoking as a sack. Probably to the Hydra. Coming in on something, because he's only got one attack left on the Hydra before it's dead to the Life Orb. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm going to bring Mimikyu in on. Okay, so he actually just sacks off the Hydra here. Are you going to go Heatran on me now? I'd definitely live the hit against the Heatran. If he goes Heatran, which he does. So, here's the thing. I think my play is to Earthquake here, and then if I die, go into Nidoking. Or sack off Nidoking. At least blow the Shuka on this thing. Okay, so he's Lava Plume. I ate my Aqua Berry. That did a lot. I'm gonna die to Toxic. He is Shuka. Okay, that's good to know that he's Shuka. He's still got the Torn, which is so annoying, man. It's so annoying. Okay, so he's Shuka. That Lava Plume just did 70 to me. Heat Ran, like a Z-move, Trapper, Lava Plume. Just did 70. Huh? He has to be modest, doesn't he? Yeah, he has to be modest to get that roll against me. 100% has to be modest. Max special attack. And it's looking like, based on that earthquake damage, Shuka Berry. It just did 38, so I would say he's probably max HP, max special attack. There's a 0 chance that he lives those hits from Garchomp and Nidoking, but Torn can come out here relatively freely, so I do feel like Nidoking might be the play. I do feel like Nidoking might be the play here. I don't think he saves this. I really don't think he saves this. So this is a hard read, right? But this is his outrage resist. And so I kind of just want to blow through it right now. I'm pretty sure Melodic's last move is Ice Beam. Just because Ice looks so good against my team. I don't think you save this, do you? He could just go Torn right here, and I could be Torn. Ha. Nidoking. I mean, T-Bolt's gonna two-shot it. Okay, so T-Bolt's gonna two-shot it. Lava Plume's killing me. But getting chip on this means that he's no outrage switching. I think it's safer for me to just click Earth Power here. Okay, so I'll take that kill. Because now he's got nothing for outrage. And I think I'm just going to sack off Nidoking at this point because it really does nothing against his team. So if he wants to go Gallade and kill me, then he can do that. If he wants to go Torn and kill me, then he can do that. If he wants, I mean, he has to kill me. Like, he either has to U-turn and on Torn and give me an opening into something. He might not know that I have Woodhammer on the Mimikyu, which might actually not kill Melodic at the range that it's at is the problem. But if it does, then that could be really clutch too. So physically defensive, badly poisoned, 92. Woodhammer's not going to kill it, but it could put it in a nice range for Garchomp to just keep clicking Outrage. I don't think that I can kill everything with Outrage right away. Can I? Yeah, Melodic would definitely be in range of Outrage, or another Woodhammer. Gallade is not in range of Outrage yet. Torn is in range of Outrage. Okay, so he goes into Gallade. I can't let this thing set up for free. So I kind of have to let him kill me, don't I? Nido King? Yeah, I mean, Shadow Ball's my best play against this thing. So I'm going to do it in case he SDs. Okay, he didn't SD. Which is probably fine. I could... Abandoned Player seems relatively free here, unless I miss. He can't kill my Mimikyu with his Zen Headbutt. He could flinch me, which could be really bad. Banded Player does a lot to his team. So we're going to go Mimikyu. And I'm going to click play rough, I think. Hope that he doesn't flinch me here. Because if my choice band gets knocked off, then that's my best play, isn't it? Yeah, play rough's a roll to kill him if it gets knocked off. Ooh, hang on. Shadow Claw might be safer. Shadow Claw is pretty safe here. I don't know. Shadow Claw is two-shotting the Torn when he comes. Okay, he's gonna get 33% back, so he'll be at 79%. No, so it's not. Play rough is the play then. Okay, so he knocks off my choice band. We'll play rough here, and now I'll be able to shadow sneak him. Now I'll be able to shadow sneak him here, which is pretty good. And then if he wants to go into melodic and try and kill me, or try and eat a hit now that my choice band's gone, then I'll be able to woodhammer him. Torn could be a problem, but it's in range of outrage from Garchomp, so I think I'm playing this relatively well. The only the problem is the melodic. The problem is the melodic. Melodic could wall me here. It could wall me here. Does he have the Shadow Sneak, is the question. I don't want him to knock off my Scarf on Garchomp, because I need it to outspeed Torn. Whew, it's coming down to it. This is the end game right here. Play rough was absolutely the play. That was a roll for play rough to kill him, by the way. Assuming he's no bulk, which he's very close to no bulk. So I do actually kill him there, which is really solid. 68% from knockoff means he high rolled me with knockoff, and play rough was a 62 point. So he got a roll in his favor, and I got a roll not in my favor, which is really bad. Please go melodic. Please, please, please go melodic. I really want you to go melodic and not torn here. I don't think he can go torn because he might have to rely on a hurricane hitting. That could be really dangerous if he goes torn here for him. So I really want him to go melodic so I can get a big, big wood hammer off. I don't have my band anymore, but physically defensive 92, badly poisoned. Whoops. I mean, it's probably putting it in range of outrage. This could get really sketchy. Melodic might be able to stall me out here. It definitely might be. I absolutely cannot Earthquake with Garchomp, that's for sure. He went melodic. Okay. It's not gonna put it in range, is it? 82. He's probably gonna opt to kill me here, or I'll die to my own Woodhammer recoil. Would I? Toxic damage is 6%. This could get really sketchy. This could get really sketchy. I really don't have a better play than Woodhammer. 40. So I got a really high roll on the Woodhammer then. And he kills me with the Scald. So he's going to take toxic damage, which is going to put him in range. Maybe. Garchomp. Oh, actually, I didn't get a high roll. I got a mid roll. Outrage might kill him here. If he's got Ice Beam, though, am I dying? If he burns me... Okay, so I'm not dying to Ice Beam. If he burns me with Scald, that's really bad. It really comes down to this. It comes down kind of to whether or not he has the Ice Beam and the special attack investment. 252 minus 92 is 140. Ooh, that's It's a roll to kill me if he's got the Ice Beam and that much special attack investment. It's a roll. I don't know, man. Torn's dying to this outrage when it comes back in, but Melodic might live it here. I need a little bit higher roll on the Woodhammer to sort of secure me this game, I think. Yeah, I think I just needed a little bit higher of a roll on the Woodhammer. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I could have been in a much better scenario there if the Glade didn't high roll me either. Oh, he didn't die. Don't recover. Don't burn me. Oh, oh. I think we just won. I think because he clicked Scald there and didn't burn me, I think we just won because I'm 90% sure this Torna is dying. Yeah, like max HP Torna is dying to this, isn't it? It pretty much is. Oh god. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. All right, guys. We are now 2-0 in the group stage. Taking down Jack, really difficult opponent. Both of our wins have been 1-0. This is a really competitive tournament. We still have 2 more games to play. This is all that I'm going to play tonight, but we do have 2 more. We're playing Sky Pirate Kahori, sorry, and Tamer AG. I think I've got a really good matchup against Tamer. I'm not super sure about my matchup with Kahori, so coming out of day 1, 2-0 is really solid for me. So I'm going to catch you guys later for the next match.